This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 11th day of February in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The Department of Energy has completed the development of a new template for best practice production sharing agreements for the country, as Guyana prepares for more interest in the oil sector. At a press conference this afternoon, head of the Department of Energy, Dr. Mark Bino, explained that the new template will be used in the licensing round as the country goes forward with development in the oil sector and interest from several companies.
It's a template, meaning that we will vary differing conditions depending on how we are engaging. It is not a bilateral negotiation, but as the word implies, as a best practice template, it will be the best practice for Guyana. But if all of those requirements are to be enforced, we will have the best PSA, but not very many investors. So we will have, it will always be a balancing act in terms of what it is Guyana wants and how Guyana intends to proceed with what Guyana wants.
Dr. Bino noted that the PSAs will have to be a balancing act that will address what is best for Guyana as well as the investors. Advisor at the Department of Energy, Matthew Wilkes, said the ultimate intention of the new model is to craft PSAs that could be applied to different investment climates.
If you're investing in deep water with all the risks that takes, that will be a very different investment climate to investing onshore, and the same for the near shore. So you could very well have three subtly different PSC structures for different investment environments.
He said the ultimate objective is to get a document that would provide a small number of biddable terms that will support a competitive environment for bidding. The government has come under criticism for not pushing for more in the production sharing agreement during its renegotiation of the Exxon contract back in 2016. That contract was originally signed in 1999. Dr. Bino said his department has also developed a toolkit for production sharing agreements, which has in place a model contract that allows the department to design various strategies for future oil contracts. In addition, the department will also be moving to have amendments done for existing oil exploration legislation. Dr. Bino said many of the laws are outdated and were not put in place with a focus on what is now happening with Guyana's oil sector and the current pace of development. Last week, the Exxon company announced 2 new oil finds in Guyana's waters that will push its total number of recoverable barrels far above the 5 billion barrel mark. More news coming up in a moment.
Hello, baby. Yeah.
It's knocked away from Yang Huang.
Yo, why you gotta get away from the credit, buddy? I recommend that you from blah blah. Let you actually game, but it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she money for five.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only 5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5?
Yours.
As a luxury mechanic, I'm often asked, what gas should I use in my expensive vehicle? In other countries, you have regular and mid-grade gasoline known as 87, 89, and premium gasoline known as octane 93 to 95. For affordable, high-quality fuel, performance, and high mileage, visit Guy Oil today. Choose Guy Oil Super 95. Guy Oil, we are everywhere.
This match day, February 23rd, Hits and Jams Entertainment brings you an event like no other. Sunrise Brunch Party. First of its kind in Guyana. The day starts off with a delicious brunch served from 10 a.m. followed by the day party with the best lineup of DJs. Shizzle, Diamond, Sia, Ryan, and Energy at the Everest Cricket Ground. Sunrise Brunch Edition brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment. Stay tuned for more details.
Welcome back. The administration at the private Mays School has decided to close the school until Wednesday to facilitate a police investigation into an online threat of violence against the school. Parents were called back to the school this morning to pick up their children after the decision was made. The decision by the school's administration followed a meeting with the police about the threat that surfaced on social media over the weekend. In the note on social media, someone going by the name Your Former Associate threatened to unveil a plan that would blow the roof off the school. A teacher at the school told news source that out of an abundance of caution, the school and the police thought it best to cancel classes for 2 days to allow a proper security sweep of the school and investigation of the threat. 2 weeks ago, it was the School of the Nations that faced a bomb threat and the threat of violence against the school. 2 senior public schools also received a similar threat. Then the University of Guyana was forced to close its Turkana campus last week after threats were made there too. The University of Guyana reopened today. In the courts, just days after being arrested for questioning about telephone threats of bombing the University of Guyana, 25-year-old student Shanisa Jaffer Ali made her first appearance in court today and was remanded to jail. Jaffer Ali stood before the chief magistrate and denied the allegation, which stated that on the 5th of February at Cummings Lodge, she made a threatening call to the University of Guyana for the purpose of causing needless anxiety to students and staff members. The woman's attorney told the court that the accused is a business consultant and has an unblemished criminal record. It was further noted that since being arrested and questioned about the allegation, the young woman denied the claims. The attorney claims that the only evidence that was shown to the woman was a computer-generated number that reportedly belongs to her. But the police prosecutor objected to bail, pointing out that the charge is a very serious one. The prosecutor further stated that the accused is on the probe for another similar incident. The chief magistrate denied bail and ordered that the accused be remanded to jail until the 18th of February, when she will make her second appearance in court. The charge of misuse of a telecommunication device was filed against a UG student after the bomb threats against the University of Guyana last week. Those threats were allegedly traced to her phone. The threats forced the university to shut down its Turkana campus for a number of days. Still in the courts, the manager of the Rio nightclub, Andy Bino, also known as Montana, was today charged for allegedly renting rooms at the nightclub for the purpose of prostitution. Bino made his first court appearance this morning before Magistrate Shirtle Isaacs Marcus and denied the allegations that were made against him in the charge. The prosecutor told the court that between the 1st of November last year and the 5th of February this year at the Rio nightclub in Forshaw Street, Bino rented several rooms for brothel purposes. The charge was put together following a recent raid at the establishment. The police prosecutor did not object to bail, but asked that conditions be applied to any bail package provided. The magistrate granted the accused bail in the sum of $30,000 and ordered that he report regularly to the Criminal Investigations Department of the Guyana Police Force until the completion of the case. The matter will continue on the 18th of February. And 23-year-old Shaquille Duncan of Festival City was remanded to jail today on an armed robbery charge. He was arrested after being accidentally shot by his accomplice during their escape after a robbery. With a gunshot injury to his shoulder, the accused stood before Magistrate Shirtle Isaacs Marcus and denied the charge made against him. The prosecutor revealed that on the 5th of February at Mandela Avenue, Duncan robbed Steve Munro of a gold chain worth $360,000 while being in the company of another man who was armed with a gun. During a scuffle between the three men, Duncan's accomplice fired a shot that hit him on the shoulder during their escape. The friend made a getaway, leaving Duncan behind. The accused was accosted by public-spirited citizens who handed him over to the police. The police prosecutor objected to bail, and bail was denied. The matter is set to continue later this month. Regional and international news is coming up next.
Nobody on the post there. David Costley. Yes, it is. But I'm not saying. Just gonna head it. Oh, no, that's some save, isn't it?
Let's Bet Sports. Take your game to a whole new level. You decide. Your game, your bet type, your bet amount. Guyana Lottery Companies, Let's Bet Sports. Be part of the game.
Get ready to ride it, ride it. Ready to ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe. Drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild. Catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong. Come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, 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 wave.
Ride the new
wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong, and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Across the region right now, workers at the state-owned enterprises in Barbados are being put on notice that there are still more layoffs to come, as the Barbadian government seeks to manage a huge wage bill. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley, in a radio interview over the weekend, said the government has already sent home about 1,000 persons since she took office, and more layoffs are expected. The Prime Minister said the additional layoffs will come during Phase 3 of the government's restructuring program for the Barbadian economy. In Haiti, opposition demonstrators have burnt tires and thrown stones, urging President Jovenel Moïse to step down from office. At least 4 people have been killed and dozens injured in 4 days of protests in the capital Port-au-Prince and other cities. Many Haitians accuse Mr. Moïse and other officials of corruption. Thousands have taken to the streets this week. The unrest has forced mayors in several cities to cancel carnival festivities due in early March. Mr. Moïse, who has been in power since 2017, has called for talks with the opposition, but to no avail. Opposition groups called for protests after a court report alleged that officials and former ministers had misappropriated development loans made by Venezuela to Haiti after 2008. And finally tonight, international news. Russia is considering whether to disconnect from the global internet briefly as part of a test of its cyber defenses. The test will mean data passing between Russian citizens and organizations stays inside the nation rather than being routed internationally. A draft law mandating technical changes needed to operate independently was introduced to its parliament last year. The test is expected to happen before the 1st of April, but no exact date has been set. The draft law, called the Digital Economy National Program, requires Russia's ISPs to ensure that it can operate in the event of foreign powers acting to isolate the country online. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.